Hey Cleaning Nation, welcome to the Grow My Cleaning Company podcast. We've got a special new and improved intro. For the first time in 3 years, we're doing an open to the public live event. It is limited to 12 amazing owners of cleaning companies that are doing six figures and want to do seven. You cannot sign up. You have to only get a call and see if you're fit. But if you want info, growmycleaningcompany.com/live, growmycleaningcompany.com/live. If you would like info on hanging out with me, my bride, 11 other six-figure entrepreneurs who want to do seven, and get the entire clean profit method to the best of my abilities in just about 3 days. growmycleaningcompany.com/live.
Hey Cleaning Nation, what's up? Lindsay here, and I have a guest today. I'm so excited. I don't get to pair up with her much, but hopefully in the future soon. Suzanne Bandick. And Suzanne, say hi to Cleaning Nation.
Hello, everyone.
And today we have a special topic that I kind of witnessed recently with Cleaning Nation is when you run into a bottleneck in your company. Say, for example, you have a piece of software that you're learning to make a hiring funnel on. Could be any software. Could be Pipeline Plural. Could be ClickFunnels. Fill in the blank. And you just get to a spot where you just want to pick up your computer and throw it out the window. or
that sounds like fun.
Or maybe, just get it out the window. Or maybe Google Ads. So, Suzanne, I thought you could kind of help us understand what to do in our mind, in our mindset when we get to those problems. So, what is the first thing you would do, I guess, in this situation? Like, take it away. Walk us through.
Okay. Well, what happens is we get negative thoughts, and it's like a negative thinking spiral. We get the thought of this, I can't do this. And then it just builds from there. This is terrible. This is bad. This is not going to work. And then everything is wrong. And then before we know it, we can't focus on anything but what's wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could be, let's do this analogy. We could be going down the river in a boat. Okay, let's just say it's just like a dinghy boat, but we're headed down this beautiful stream. And it's not a fast rushing river, it's just a beautiful stream, and we're going, and everything is going well. And all of a sudden, we see a stick poking out of the water. Now, the stick is like this obstacle. What is this thing? We're going to do it like an analogy, right? What is this thing that's come up that we're like, I can't do it. I can't move around it. Now I can't do anything. So we're in the boat. We see the stick. What are things we can do? If it's a really soft stick or it's really high, we could still be able to take our boat under it. Or it's softer. We could move it a bit, right? Adjust it, duck under it. If it's really firm in there, we could even hold on to it and push our raft or our boat, our dinghy, whatever we're in, push it around it. Or we can say, look out, it's coming. That's it. I'm hung up. I'm stuck. I can't go anywhere. While everybody else around you is floating down the river. And those that are of the same mindset are all going to get stuck piling up behind you.
Ooh, that is such a good analogy because I really felt that. Like, I just feel like running into this stick that I just can't get around.
Right.
So what's the next thing?
So let me elaborate on that. What happens is usually that stuck point comes because we've had a similar failure like that in the past.
Okay.
And it's a failure of not being able to complete something. And usually it can run around in this business technology. We have a lot of people that, unless you're 16, sometimes technology can be a bit of a pain, right? We didn't grow up with tablets in our hands and know what to do on the internet. So we get technology and we say, ooh, I've had trouble with it in the past. And we start to get this mind block of taking a past story and thinking it's going to be the same. I'm going to get stuck again. So how do we avoid that? Number one, if we're looking at something in advance, It's something we need to do. And right now, let's just talk technology, right?
Okay.
It's something that we need to do. And the process, we're a little bit scared. We think it's a little bit daunting because we think we might not have the skills to do it. It's something we haven't done before. So at that point, we could start to build up the fears. I don't know if I can do it. I don't think I can do it. I tried to do something like this before and it didn't help me. At that point, it's like the little monkeys running around in your mind saying all these things. Can't do it. Stop, stop, stop. I'm just trying to protect you. And at that point, you can say, thank you for sharing, little monkeys, all those little voices in my head. Thank you for sharing. I know you're just trying to protect me and stop me from being stressed out and keep everything the same. But you know what? I need to do this because I've decided to make changes to grow in my business. So just tell the little monkey, recognize the thought. Thank you for sharing. However, I can do this. I have support. I can turn to people for help. So that's number one that will help you actually go in and do it with potentially a little bit better mindset than this is going to be really, really bad. And then once you start doing it, recognize times when you need to ask for help. Because we can get totally derailed if we think we need to do it ourselves. We're carrying the stress of our past stories, points where we've stopped in the past, things that we haven't been able to do in the past. We've got all of that in there. We find the stuck point and we start to freak out. And the stick is in the water and we're literally holding on to the stick, the very thing that's stopping us from allowing ourselves to flow down the river, right? We're holding on to it now.
It's like we're seeing it too closely. We're too close to the problem. Almost.
Right. So we're holding on to it. So now what we need to do is stop, breathe, and say, is there somebody on the shore that I can call to for help? And maybe there's somebody that has a chainsaw.
I like it.
Stick be gone. The answers only come when we breathe and we think, I can do this. There are alternatives. Okay. It's convoluted process, but it stops all the little things from becoming big things. And it starts with a base thought. This can be easy. Maybe this will be easy. Maybe this time I can do it. Maybe this time I have support and I can do it. I think I can. It might be possible. Those are very different thoughts than this is going to be hard. I don't think I can do it. I'm going to get stuck. Two different thoughts. And what happens with our mind? We want to prove ourselves right.
Right.
So if we think I'm going to get stuck, then sure enough, we get stuck and our little mind says, our monkeys are saying, see, I told you so. And at that point, we're forgetting that we have support. And by the way, you can do other things while you're getting or waiting for that support. Say you have to send in a help ticket. Okay, who's familiar with working with something, a program online, and you have to send in a help ticket? And sometimes the response isn't immediate.
Yeah, definitely.
So at this point, I'm going to suggest if you're still picturing your rubber dinghy in the stream and you're stuck on a stick, what if once you send in, you call out for support, you call out for help, what if at that point, maybe you can't go down the river any further? You think you can't at that point, but maybe you can push yourself a little bit to shore and go for a walk.
Take a break. Just pull yourself away from the problem.
Right. We have a choice. Everyone, we have a choice. We can stay stuck at the stick and complain and say, I'm never getting anywhere. or we can ask for the help, and then we can just go for a walk and take a break, do something else until we get the answer back that says, oh, you know what? Push the stick a little this way and you're on your way.
Mm-hmm. And then also, I feel like when you take a break, it also allows you to have creative ideas. So you can think of like other things, like maybe instead of fighting or waiting, or, I could just hire someone to come in, and maybe for just a little bit of money, they could help me solve this problem professionally. And I can learn how to use the program, but I don't have to be like a master's degree in it, maybe.
Perfect. It also helps, if I may suggest, to keep the bigger end goal in mind. Okay, so an online program or a stuck point that we get to, whatever that is. I don't know how to do an ad. I don't know how to write this copy, right? Whatever, it's going to be different for all of us, and we've all been through it. And I say all of this, by the way, because I've been stuck at times. And I'm like, oh, I'm just focusing on the stuck. But what we need to do is say, is there another way? And what's the end goal? Okay, so whatever program we're working on, let's say for the benefit of Cleaning Nation, you need more customers or you need to hire more staff. Okay, the end goal is more customers or more staff. That's the very end goal. How we get there, we could get there in a number of different ways. So let's remember the ad that we're writing or the software that we need to use online is only one step, is only one option to getting where you want to go. It may be a very good option, but while you're either looking for someone to hire, or you've sent in the help ticket, or you're sending for support, while you're waiting for that, think of other ways you can also get to that goal.
Hey, new friend, love that you were here. If you want more Cleaning Nation, more us, you can check us out on YouTube. Similar content, you just get to see each other. It's totally free. Or if you want to say, hey, hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, join our free Facebook group. We love hearing from you, Cleaning Nation. That's what makes it magic. Jump on, we'll see you there.
Not everything has to stop just because you have this one problem. Yeah, I like that.
Right. So if the focus is, what happens then is the object that you're stuck on becomes smaller. It doesn't, right now, if you think this is the only thing that has to happen, this is the only way I can have success, it grows very big in your mind, in your picture. It's the only thing you can see. I can't do anything because I got this. Can't do anything. But it will start to shrink in importance when you realize, oh, there are other ways to get there. Right? So even going back to the stream, oh, look, if I go a little bit to the right, I can take a different stream.
There's a fork.
What if?
The stream.
What if? Right? So it's important to realize you can get to your goal in different ways and not make that one stuck point so big.
I love it. So I guess what I'm trying to think of how we can describe this to Cleaning Nation when you just get so stuck that they say you can't see the forest for the trees. Like what do you do though? Like, I know you're explaining like, yeah, you reach out for help and stuff, but I just feel so bad because I see people get so frustrated, especially with technology. And I guess, is there any other way? Maybe let's use Google Ads, for example. That's something people get stuck with. Maybe we can try a different analogy, maybe.
Sure. And let's do a 1, 2, 3 process. Okay.
Okay. This sounds interesting.
So, because we've talked a lot about, now we've got this great picture of a stick and a stream, and we've talked about all the roundabout ways to do this. Let's be specific.
Yes.
I would suggest write this down, because when you're in the middle of a tough moment, or a stuck point you may not remember.
Oh.
So write it down, have it on your desk, put a little post-it there and say notes of, remember, if I feel like I'm stuck, okay, because sometimes it's just the feeling of being stuck. Doesn't mean you really are. It's just our imagination and our thought. When I feel stuck or I feel like I'm stuck, number one, what's my power thought?
Okay.
Right? What am I thinking? So you could write down number one. Let's make this number one. What am I thinking? Okay. So so play along with me. You're stuck, Lindsay. What are you thinking?
I'm stuck on something right now in business, so I can totally relate because everybody gets stuck. I'm
perfect.
Super frustrated. I feel like this problem I have, like the answer doesn't exist. Like I've tried so many things and like I'm spiraling. I'm like, no one's ever done it before. I don't see how it's possible. I'm not getting the results I want. Yeah.
Okay. So number one, what are my thoughts? You've just said it's impossible, right? It feels impossible. So the number two question is, what's a more powerful, empowering thought?
Well, I guess there must be at least one idea that I haven't tried out there that I could try. There's got to be one thing I haven't tried yet.
Okay. So just that little change in thought, there may be something else out there that I haven't tried. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel a little better. I'm not like 100% like, yeah, let's do it, but I feel a little better.
Okay. So number three, from that slightly more empowered space where you've gone from it's not possible, this can't change, to maybe. So number three is, where could you go for support or help?
Well, the good news is technology makes it easy to interact with people. So there's a lot of resources on social media, forums, all that kind of stuff. So maybe I could reach out to one of those forums and see if anyone has any ideas or experience with this problem.
Bingo. Okay. And then what else can I do? Is there another way to? So question number 4 is, what else could I do? Is there another way to get to my goal?
Yeah, I mean, maybe this route I'm going for this goal is just, I'm so fixated on it. Maybe there's just a different path completely that I haven't thought of yet, a different answer to the same problem. I'm trying to be loose with my answer because I don't want to be like, here's my friend, Cleaning Nation. But yeah, maybe there's maybe I need to think outside the box. That's what I want to say. Maybe I'm thinking too much in one lane to solve the problem.
Isn't that interesting? Right?
Right.
So maybe there's an out of the box thought. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe talking to others, maybe specific others, someone else in the field, someone else who maybe has done it, whatever the issue is, like Googling and YouTube and
YouTube University.
But there could be somebody else out there that's done it, or there could be a different way to get to the result. Because remember, what's the goal?
Right. What is the end goal?
Okay. So we're creating this as we go, Cleaning Nation. So I'm going to reorder this.
Okay. Yeah, we're real here.
I'm creating this for you as we go. Okay. So number 1 is going to be, when you hit a stuck point, number 1 is going to be, what is the end goal? That's the question. So identify the end goal, because maybe you don't even have to do what you're stuck on.
Oh, That is so good. Maybe you don't have to do what you're stuck on. Yep. That's
Okay.
gold.
So what is the end goal is number one. Number two, what are my thoughts about where I'm stuck?
Right.
Okay. Number three, what could possibly be a more empowering thought?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which
So
leads to a solution. Yeah.
right. We're not going here for, oh, it'll be easy. I can do it. We're going for maybe it's possible, right? Because you've got to give yourself a ladder. 16-year-old Suzanne would have said, just go from negative to positive. Now at my age, I'm like, no, you need a bridge.
Yeah, because otherwise I would just want to give up. Like it's such a drastic change. Like, oh, I can totally do this. And in the back of your mind, you're like, no, not really.
Right?
Maybe
It's not,
feels much better.
not believable. Maybe it's possible. So that's number three. What's the possibility of more empowering thought? Number four, as I renumber these, where could I go to for help?
Mm.
Okay. Sometimes we forget we can call out and ask for help. So that's number four. And then number five, is there something else I could do in the meantime to also get me to my goal? Right?
Super empowering. Mm-hmm.
And six, take a break. Once you've reached out for the help or the support you need, take some time, take some space, go away from what's eating you up, the challenge, the stuck point. Take some time away, and you may find that when you come back, you've got your answer, or you're certainly feeling more like working on it.
Mm. Very good. So we have 6 total.
Ta-da. Six points.
Not bad for on the spot, Suzanne. I love it. I would say, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen back to this and I'm going to actually write this down and put it on my desk because I am one of those people that gets super frustrated sometimes, like those of you out there in Cleaning Nation, I'm sure. So I would definitely forget all this if I didn't, especially if I was angry, if I didn't write it down.
Right. And that's why we have it pre-written down, because when you hit that stuck point and your head is going in one direction only, you're not thinking of other options.
So true.
You can't pull it up then. You have to do it when you're feeling good.
Yeah, prepare when you're feeling good. I love that. Suzanne, you just hit gold there. That was amazing. Out of nowhere.
It was a rambly route, but I hope everyone enjoyed my stream analogy and that you recognize when you get to your stuck point, it's only a stick in the river. How can you move the stick? Boom.
Such a good perspective. Well, Cleaning Nation, that is it for today. We're a little over, but I think with Suzanne's gold there, I hope you found some value in this podcast. And if you are stuck in your cleaning business and there is a problem that you are having a heck of a time getting around, I recommend checking us out at growmycleaningcompany.com. And we have tons of podcasts on there. We don't sell a thing on the website. It's just all value to you guys. So hopefully you can check that out. And that's all we have for now, Cleaning Nation. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, here we are, the end of the podcast, and you made it. Great job. I've got a little bonus for you for sticking through with me, but like I mentioned before, if you got value out of this podcast and you want to show a little love, subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever the heck you're listening to this thing. Share it with a friend, share the love. And as a special thank you for those of you that stuck with me to the end, how about I give you my personal phone number so we can text? It's a great way for me to get to know you, your business, your goals personally. So shoot me a text now, 602-932-6431, 602-932-6431. I am the only one who responds to these texts, and I will personally respond to everyone I possibly can as long as this number is manned. Don't know how long we're going to keep this at the end of the podcast, so grab it now, 602-932-6431. Give me a text, say hey, can't wait to meet you.